The third dispensation that came became the dispensation of human government. That's why you saw that the earth started being populated, different tribes began to emerge, and man began to create system of governance for himself. It was that dispensation that led to Genesis chapter 11, where the Tower of Babel was built. Let us build a tower that goes as far as heaven. Let's stand with this God and rub shoulders with him, so that we too can establish power and governance. And so that dispensation operated like that. And in that dispensation, God looked for certain men that still had regard for his kingdom, and he was dealing with them underneath. It was in that era that you had men like Noah, and they were having dealings with God under that canopy. But the world largely was ruled by human government. And so all the men of the earth came together and said they will build their own government, and the seat of that government will be as high as heaven, until God decided to divide their language, and they were spread abroad. So tribes and nations emanated from that dispersion that took place. And then God now decided, among the many tribes across the earth, he will start another unique relationship with man. So he called a tribe for himself, beginning with Abraham. So it activated another dispensation called the dispensation of the promises of God. So in Genesis chapter 12 from verse 1, you see that God called Abraham out of the many tribes that were establishing their own empires and their own government. So this was no longer God's affair. That was why God had to call man out of it. He now said to Abraham, get thee out of thy country, get thee out from thy kindred, and out from thy father's house unto the land that I will show you. I want to start something with you, because men have matured to a height of rebellion, and they have built a government unto themselves. I cannot interact with them. Come out of them. Let me start a new order and ordinance with you. And he said, and I will make you a great nation. So this is a new nation. The nations of the earth are a government of rebellion apart from God. I want to start my own nation with you, so that my government and my ordinances will rule over you. This is why God chose Israel, and this is why it was through Israel that a new race is born. This is why we who are here today are a type of Israel in the spirit, because this is the government that recognizes the supremacy and the sovereignty of God. It started with Abraham. Now, in the context of this new dispensation, men of necessity were also interacting with the government that was in the world. Other things had to happen. So God opened another dispensation in the time of Moses, because this time hunger led Jacob to Egypt, and he had mingled. God called them apart to operate by new set of rules. Once upon a time, you will read that they always love going to Egypt. I don't know why. There's a system in Zion. Why do you love going to Egypt? So since you love going to Egypt, I will use one of my sons in Egypt to bring deliverance. So, but a day will come when I will call you out. So God decided to